Oh, hello. It's another day, another warm-up. Time to get busy, I guess. The floor is open for suggestions. Whatever you want me to draw, I'll do it. It's Friday, sunny. I want to be outside, really. Hey, Amir, how's it going? Welcome. Dr. Sheldon, what's up? Hey, Zilin. Man, yesterday, what a day. Nothing good yesterday. Oh, really? From a 2-week vacation, Amir? That sounds fantastic. Happy Friday. Where did you go? I'm open for suggestion, people, so do let me know. Sun god, right? Germany. Germany. Do you speak German, Amir? It doesn't look like there is a lot of other options. Let's go with Sun God. I'm vetoing all other suggestions. We're going Sun God. Wanamir Kevin. Oh, you don't, but you caught up on some. Yeah, I had Germany in high school and middle school. I think in total, 9 years or 6 years, 6 or 9 years of 6 years of German. But like with all languages, if you don't talk, you're gonna slowly lose it. But my German is like pretty decent, and I think if I would go on vacation in Germany, my German would be up to par in no time. But like now, I've tried to talk German to a few people. I notice instantly that I mix German and Latvian in a unholy mashup, and it's really hard to mix and match currently. Like switching between English, Latvian, and German it breaks my brain. But nevertheless, the challenge occasionally comes up, and I need to try to make some sort of sense out of it. And it doesn't help either that I speak more than those languages, so it's even worse. So when you don't speak a language, and it's like in the afterburner, just hanging back there. Oh right, no, I mean afterburner as in it's not as in a turbo, but as in it's trailing. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say in Central Europe, you could go with English in any country. It's just a few countries in Central Europe or general Europe um, where English is a hard time. I mean, like France, they generally don't like English, but you can if you have to. But generally, they refuse. You know, but those are always the exceptions, right? But I'd say you can get along with English in majority of countries. Hey, Kirill, how's it going? I mean, yeah, I mean, some will humor you, but they're far in between. And you can also see that generally, like educationally as well, they refrain. You know, in schools, I guess, refrain from English as a secondary language, or it's just like, okay, you passed English basics. Hey Kirill, how's it going? Good morning. By the way, Kirill, there was someone posting a link on the Discord about grayscale second window, and in the video, the guy said there is a Kirill person who gave him this suggestion. Was it you? Of a second window and always showing it in grayscale. It was you, Kirill. Oh wow! All right, stealing my secret juice and proclaiming your own, like it's your own invention. You sneaky. Kirill, yeah, there is a lot of. But I would say you are the only Kirill I've encountered on internet where I have actually discussion with. I haven't seen the name Kirill, but I'm assuming you are not the only one in the world with the name Kirill. So. Hey, Freshy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm unsure really where to take this idea of a sun god. So I'm currently just kind of mashing it up, just making it feel like some sort of. I'm going in my mind for some more ethereal god type thing. We'll see. I also want to switch to color rather soonish. Yeah, Control Y, you can switch to CMYK. And you can set this CMYK to anything you want, so you can set it to grayscale. So when you do the Control Y, it's like a proofing shortcut, and when you can set it to whatever you want. You can grayscale or any profile. It's a shortcut. You see it up here. Yeah, the dot gain 20. That's if you want to do the shortcut to see grayscale. It is great because you can just press Control Y quickly and you get the result. I mean, you can't really see it now because I don't have any colors, but I can do some colors. And pressing Control Y should take you there, but I haven't changed it. My CMYK settings is default, so it's not grayscale. So here, proof setup, custom, working gray dot gain 15% or dot gain 20. So now if you do that shortcut, it'll go to that profile. You see it up there. It's good. Kirill, yeah, I mean, when I do the double window thing, it's for you guys. To make it a little bit more interesting to look at. Like, I have two monitors of it. I have OBS there, Cintiq here. So if I need a second window, I usually put it on that side when working. I always like full screen when I do work on just Photoshop on one screen. So here, now on streams, when I have a second window, like I said, it's to make it more fun for you. I generally have a pretty good grasp of what's happening without a need for a second window. But now and then it's great to see it like thumbnail sized or grayscale, or if you're making a scene with complicated values, complicated colors, and you want to know if the values are on point or if they're correct, I always have a second window with the grayscale on if it's a very complicated image, just so you can see when you're making a decision if the decision is right or wrong, Hey, mustache god. Sorry. Yeah, exactly, Kirill. I think a second monitor is good though. You should have a second monitor. When I worked at Sega, I requested a second monitor, and they asked me to justify it. And what I did was I took a screenshot of my workspace. I just put reference all over Photoshop, and then had a one corner being the painting space, and I said it's a hard time painting when I need all these pictures up, and I would like a second monitor so that I could have all the references on that monitor, so I can free up my workspace so I can see what I'm doing, or see what I'm painting rather. And I didn't need to argue for the point anymore, other than they were like, yep, that's a valid point to request a second monitor. Because there's no, a company wouldn't say no if it's a valid reason. It makes no sense for them to say no. We have to have you making your job has to be harder than it needs to be, because we like to torture you. Yeah, Sunray mustache. Here we go. shrink his head a bit. That's one thing that's like annoying when you start just painting from nothing, is that there's always proportional issues. Oh, really, Kirill? Oh, yeah, well, then you have a lot of space. Hey, Ardi, how's it going? What I find interesting is no one commented my lack of beard. Huh? I shaved my face. Well, not fully shaved, but I don't have my big old scruffy beard anymore. I'm surprised. No one is pointing and laughing. I was thinking the other day about surprise, surprise. I was thinking about this stream. And kind of trying to justify, or rather discussing with myself the reason why I'm streaming, and not so much of an argument or contemplation of stopping, but more of a reflection of why I'm streaming. Kirill. And I know there is one artist that produces a lot of educational content. I won't mention names, but this artist, I can almost promise you, and I know that this artist has done this many times, steal my content and repackage it as his own, and then selling it. I know that like my CGMA class, more or less, the exact method, more or less just lifted and repackaged and sold as his version. A lot of topics that I talk on the stream also gets lifted as his own. Granted, I'm not doing anything that no one else knows about. I mean, you know, it's common knowledge. When as far as soon as you're somewhat a veteran, a lot of my discussion points are not the news anymore, you know. But it's still annoying, you know. And I think it's a little bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame that there isn't recognition for it. You know, especially like my whole old CGMA class content, the process, the steps, everything, you know, exact. And that there is no recognition from it where it's sourced. You know, fine, you can't stop anyone from stealing your ideas, because, you know, you can't copyright an idea in that sense, you know. But at least, you know, give credit. At least, you know, I would have personally, like, my pride would, I would have conflict inside my mind if I would go like, yeah, this is my latest invention. Like I've come up with this. Like behold the the grandeur that is me, and then I've actually just lifted the idea from someone else straight up. No difference. It's just exact copy paste, and I'm like, hey, check me out. I would have internal conflict doing that. Jacob Mobley. Well, like in Procos or Watts instance, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different there. It's a little bit different because they're more or less an array of topics, array of things, discussion points, array of tutorials. And for example, in Min, I switched to Swedish almost. In my situation, for example, it's a very specific thing in a very specific structure, and this thing is structured in the exact same way, exact same results, exact same, you know. It's like saying what Proco goes and takes word by word, frame by frame, and then says it's his own words. You know. And you can see this other artist that I'm talking about do it. Any new like valid exploration I do, a process that I enjoy doing and showcase, just now that's his own. Apparently, it's his own invention and peddling it. It's a bit annoying, and it frustrates me that it has to be that way, and that there is no courtesy, you know. But then again, it's business, right? But I do it for free, and this guy wants money for it. Fine, you know, we all need to feed our family, but come on. Hey Mel, fresher. Yeah, inspiration and copy. But the thing is like this person that I'm talking about. It's not some obscure in the corner artist. Jacob Mobley. Well, it's true. It's true. I should have monetized it. But that also means no warm up. No free content for you guys. That all of my explorations and thought process and discoveries, it will all be behind a paywall. And even then, behind the paywall, there's a lot of artists repackaging it and then selling it as their own. But at least at that point, I would have gotten paid because they would have to buy my version, right? And it would still be the theories and so on would still be stolen because, I mean, if I can pat myself on the shoulder, for example, my old CGMA class is a valid, absolutely valid and comprehensive, and you can apply that knowledge and learn quite well, because you compartmentalize. You what's it called? Pragmatic approach to concept art, right? And it's not hidden behind artistic skill, but you can actually force yourself to be good, you know. One Amir Levy. True, I could. But what? You buy it? You buy the free episodes that I've spliced together? I doubt that will happen. Amir, true. Jacob Mobley. Well, that's a sad fact about it. Is that people don't appreciate things unless you have it behind a paywall. It's a bit strange. Well, anyways, it made me contemplate about this stream. One way I'm happy to forward the industry, you know, by being experimental and sharing knowledge and helping other artists improve and make a living within the industry. I mean, I can hand on my heart say that I've helped hundreds of people easily, if not thousands of people, since 2012. No, easily 2008, 9 forward. I could easily say hundreds of people to be hired. But since I stopped CGMA and not having that class active, in that sense, I know also during that time when I had the class that people took the knowledge and sold it out, so I didn't benefit from it. But I know that there's a lot of it, like in this instance, this stream, for example. I do it for free. I mean, I do appreciate the subscriptions and so on. It's not about that. But in this instance, this guy reselling it as his things, you know, it's not benefiting me in any way. It's removing from me, if anything, you know. Which makes me think, you know, like, should I even bother? Maybe I should just be Ninja and release a Gumroad now and then. I don't know. Jacob Mobley, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you want to, if you don't do it out of the kindness of your heart, like a Puritan you should always consider monetization, obviously, because you can be, like I said, a Puritan about it and just doing it for the good of the people, or you do it as a business plan of sorts. And obviously, if you want to get some sort of recognition or something back from it, you really need to consider what you're doing. Obviously, it's nothing negative about it. It's just only being smart about it, right? And in a way, I'm not shitting on that other guy stealing from me. GG, smart guy. But for me, it's frustrating. Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, absolutely, you agree that it's the whole first aspect. You can argue that, well, he did it live on a stream way before you did. Sure, but what does that matter? Other than me knowing. Big picture wise, there's no benefit from me. But then also you have to consider, am I doing it for the benefit? No, I'm not doing it solely for the benefit, because otherwise this stream wouldn't be, if it was purely for gain. Yeah, all my years of experience, all the hard work, all the thing, and give it away for free. I am. I would say am currently giving it away for free, because I talk about a lot of subjects. I'll talk about a lot of techniques. I'll talk about a lot of approaches that you can. I never go like in depth of like a 8-week like hardcore thing, but you can easily abstract from it. Abstract? No, that's vague, right? Abstract, but remove something out of it. Take something out of it. Isn't that subtract? But subtract is reducing. No, I'm confusing myself. Extract. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I need a Patreon. Yeah, maybe. Who knows, right? But then you go back to the whole idea, like, why do I need the same topics behind a paywall for it to be worth something? It's like, oh, it's behind the paywall? Ah, okay. I don't know. Bitterness. No, but in all honesty, it was just a train of thought I had the other day. It's a fascinating thing, the human mind, right? All right, so here's uh, Wanamir's topic: sun god. Jacob Mobley. Yeah, that's another interesting point. But yeah, but it's an interesting thing, you know, when you think about it, like about um, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a specific word, like aiding someone else, you know, for the good of the community versus egoism and personal gain. There's definitely something to be said there about certain people. Yet, most of the cases, the person that does it for personal gain gains fame and recognition, and in return, they think that it is for the good of the community, which is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's like through egoism, people decide it's good for the community. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's the non-American approach, the Swede in me that is jarring with the internet. Anyways, I'll keep thinking about the topic, and maybe it'll be a paywall at some time. Oh, by the way, you only get the non-constructive streams for free, and you pay for the technical streams, the tutorial streams, the who knows. Anyways, let's raid Zinilus. He's doing some comic stuff, I think. It looks pretty interesting. Have a great weekend. I might stream on the weekend, we'll see. Otherwise, have a great one. Have a great day. Good night if you're that part of the world. Have a good happy Friday. And I'll do the outro and then take us there. Have a good one. Toodles.